Shiro Games recently had an extensive livestream of Dune Spice Wars as the community was able to ask questions, so in this video I want to run down roughly 12 new facts about Dune Spice Wars that was revealed during that livestream. Right here, and if you want to jump to any specific points, the timestamps will be in the description below, and I do want to give a huge thanks to Nick Surge on Twitter for doing a perfect summary of this livestream. Firstly, it was pointed that you may play with any house, however you choose, but each house has its unique set of benefits. Diplomacy is a strong point for the Atreides, who have a plethora of tools at their disposal. You can acquire a lot of help, and you can access the Arrakis' major armies such as the Fremen, which gives you easy access to the planet's resources. Harkonnen are more isolated and reliant on themselves. They have unique abilities to oppress and extract resources from restricted areas. They have strong economics and are not afraid of losing their own units. According to politics, they work in the shadows and employ dirty tactics. The game is a cross between RTS and 4X with a heavier emphasis on the latter. Now 4X of course stands for explore, expand, exploit and exterminate, and all facets of the game including military, spying, politics and economics are intertwined and impact one another. To win through military force, you must fight the desert fight because Arrakis is a hostile environment that must be managed. Fortify your bases and lands and assimilate or take over nearby Fremen settlements. You will also be able to assassinate enemy leaders. The desert is quite deadly. It is necessary to create technology in order to survive. Some locations are more hazardous than others, and some deep deserts are nearly difficult to travel until you are advanced enough, as your unit may perish from wear and tear in such situations. Sandworms are genuinely a threat in the game. You don't have to stroll for too long on the sands, and you must seek out sites to warn yourself of the worms. Worms come all the time if you make a lot of noise, and you should walk on rocks rather than sands, or utilize the airfield network to transport items across the landscape. You can also bait worms in some fashion and damage your opponents while doing so on their territory. Sandworms will most likely vary in size in the future, but for the time being there is only one size. There is no clear answer yet as to whether or not we will be able to ride them. Spice is the most effective method to become wealthy in the game, but it is also the most costly. Every month you must pay imperial tax on spice, and if you don't, you will suffer a variety of repercussions that may vary depending on faction. Because the prices of spices can change, you may wish to retain it one day and sell it in the next. You will have spice refineries and spice silos to boost production or store spices for later. Various ways to use spice will be included later in the game's development. You can utilize espionage schemes. You must establish a network of operatives both inside and outside of Arrakis to do this. With an economical method, you will earn a lot of money in order to achieve a high score and win. In politics, you will exert a great deal of influence in order to acquire votes. You will be able to choose between several techs in the tech tree, resulting in a variety of builds that will interact with one another. You can't open all of them at once though. There will be several shared technologies amongst faction, and each faction will have its own set of technologies. So for example, Harkonnen will have different technologies than Atreides. They briefly did speak about characters in the game and mentioned that the Emperor will be an interactable character in the game. They also mentioned that the Bene Gesserit will also feature in the game, and Paul Atreides will most likely be present as well. Arrakis' riches are unique to each region. There will be villages to take in some areas. Some places will contain minerals that may be utilized in construction and building, while others will offer spices and uncommon resources. There will be particular zones based on the books, and these regions will be crucial to gaining and maintaining control over. On the map, there will be a snow area as well as numerous other locations with distinct names. Geologists and desert experts assisted in the creation of these landscapes. You will be able to choose a map size modification based on the length of the game you want to play, as well as choose the number of opponents or allies you want to be included in the game. Maps may be quite large, and a single game might last anywhere from 2 to 4 hours. Luckily though, you may pause and save your game throughout any time. When you select a faction, you will be able to select 2 Councilors. You may choose from 4 of them during early access, but there may be more later, and each one focuses on a particular area. Expansion, economics, politics, and military are all factors to be considered, but you may tailor your gameplay to take use of their distinct characteristics. During early access, the game will be single player only, but upon launch, we will be able to play 4 factions on dynamically generated maps, so each game will be unique. The placement of resources, other items, and the playstyle of AI will be very different. There will be multiplayer, and up to 4 to 5 players will be able to participate in a single session. However, this will be much later. Story mode will be added only if the community expresses an interest, and campaign mode is presently under development, but no DLC is currently planned. As for release date and platform, there's been no concrete release date mentioned, but they did say that the game is set for early access in 2022 with a full release in 2023, and the game is currently only set to be launched on PC. I can see this game maybe being ported to consoles at a later date, but nothing was mentioned during the live stream. So that is some of the highlights of the live stream that happened a few days ago, and again, a huge shout out to Nick Surge for doing a perfect summary on Twitter, and you can find his Twitter in the description below. But what do you think of these updates? What are your favorite, and what would you like to see come to Dune Spice Wars? Let me know in the comments below, and for more Dune content, check out the rest of my channel. If you enjoyed this video, then give me a thumbs up. If you dislike it, then give me a thumbs down, but please tell me why so I can improve my videos. My name is Frank, I'm the RedTieGuy, and frankly, thank you for watching. Catch you guys in the next video.